Can you imagine waking up in a hospital bed after surgery in complete agony without access to pain medication? This is the reality for many in the developing world.
At some point in your life, you will likely need opiate-derived drugs. It may be morphine after an operation, oxycodone for broken bones, arthritis or cancer, or you may just take codeine for general aches and pains.
In Australia, we take medication like this for granted, knowing there is always something we can take for pain. But in the developing world, it's a very different story, and access to opiate-derived drugs is restricted or expensive to obtain. Importing manufactured drugs or raw narcotics from countries like Australia is expensive, and accessing raw narcotics locally is difficult as they are mostly directed into the illegal drug trade.
The raw narcotics used to produce these drugs are extracted from the latex of the opium poppy Papaver somniferum, grown on traditional open-air farms in parts of Australia, Western Asia and the Middle East. These farms are expensive to run and difficult to secure. They require large tracts of land, are vulnerable to damaging weather events and the impacts of climate change. They also have high maintenance and transportation costs, as well as being frequently targeted by fees.
Our synthetic opiate-producing organism we call SOPO will remove all of these problems, as well as providing easy access to low-cost essential pain medication for people of all countries. It will allow the synthesis of multiple end products within a single facility, making opiate drug manufacture cheaper and easier to secure. Consistent year-round production, fewer losses and a higher yield are additional benefits of SOPO. Furthermore, this remarkable organism synthesizes opiates using nothing more than cheap food sources like commercial waste cooking oil, glucose and glycerol.
Our SOPO genome will be generated by computer, which will construct the DNA sequence from a pool of chemical nucleotides. The genome will then be inserted into a Mycoplasma mycoides host cell ready for culture in fermentation vessels.
The SOPO genome will contain genes for transportation of molecules in and out of the cell, carbohydrate and lipid metabolism for energy production and biosynthesis of intermediates, amino acid and protein metabolism, DNA replication and repair, along with other essential pathways to create a completely self-sustaining organism. It also includes genes for the complete synthesis of opiate end products via overproduction of the precursor tyrosine.
Opiate biosynthesis is a two-step process and requires genes from a variety of organisms, including the rat, house mouse, 2 species of poppy, and the goldthread plant. In step 1, tyrosine is enzymatically converted to norcochlorine, with subsequent reactions creating reticuline, salutardine, and finally thebaine, the common intermediate of the opiate pathway. From thebaine, 3 different end products can be produced: morphine, codeine, and hydrocodone. This will depend on the SOPO strain added to the fermentation vessel. 3 SOPO strains will be created, each one containing a specific set of step 2 genes, allowing complete control of the end product.
These steps are controlled by a regulator, which is like a set of traffic lights controlling the expression of genes. Increasing the concentration of glycerol turns on the genes for step 1 to produce the intermediate thebaine. As the concentration of thebaine increases, the addition of IPTG to the fermentation vessel turns on the genes for step 2, thereby converting thebaine to the desired end product.
Biosecurity concerns include the risk of theft for the production of illegal narcotics and use in bioterrorism. However, as the entire production process occurs within a single facility, it will be easier and cheaper to secure than current open-air farming methods.
Biosafety concerns include containment, environmental protection, human health and safety. SOPO will not survive outside the precise osmotic conditions of the fermentation vessel due to its lack of cell walls, and therefore poses a minimal threat to the environment. Human health and safety is of paramount importance, and strict hygiene and safety procedures should be followed to prevent accidental infection of workers.
Regarding intellectual property and the granting of patents, while the patenting of natural organisms, genes, and metabolic processes is not possible under Australian law, it is possible to patent genetically modified or synthetic organisms with novel processes that add functionality. This organism will be designed from the ground up with novel pathways that don't exist in any other organism. Therefore, we don't foresee any reason a patent for SOPO would not be granted.
As we have shown, SOPO will decrease production cost, make security easier, and decrease losses from theft and environmental variability while producing a quality product with a higher yield, all within a single facility. It will also allow greater access to essential pain management products in countries where they are currently not available. The final result is an ethical and highly profitable product that is likely to provide great returns to investors.